Based on what Marilyn told us, we have a fairly good idea where she picked you up.
I reckon I'd been walking for a while before then.
But it gives us a starting point at least. We'll search the area, see if we can find a car, any sign of an accident. In the meantime, do you have anything to add to your statement?
Nothing useful.
You still can't remember if you were traveling with someone else? A wife, friend?
I don't know. It's possible. Actually, anything's possible because I just can't remember. I'm sorry.
All right. Be in touch. Seems to have selective memory loss. Is that common in these situations?
Well, he does have concussion. You'd expect a certain amount of confusion.
About how long till it passes?
He should be back to normal within 24 hours. But I should warn you, he may never remember the details surrounding the accident.
Can you keep us posted on any updates?
Yes, actually, there is something unusual about the case that might be relevant.
It looks like a single car accident. The vehicle has gone off the road, collided with a tree, spun around and come to rest against another tree.
No wonder you can't remember anything, mate.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Jeffries.
And was there a sign of anyone else?
No, apart from a couple of bags that will get you to identify. The car was empty.
What about the blood?
Well, we cross-matched the blood found on your clothes, and it is your type. So there's a chance that it was just excessive bleeding from your small head laceration.
Right.
Well, it's possible, but it's not likely.
So what are you getting at?
It is also very unlikely you could have gotten out of the wreck without any assistance.
What, so you're saying a passerby stopped to help, or...?
Maybe. But there was more blood on the passenger seat of the car.
Right.
Are you sure you have nothing to add to your story?
No. If I could, I would.
You don't remember traveling with anyone?
Listen, he said he told you everything, all right?
So what happens now?
We need to send the blood samples off for further testing. At this stage, we request you to advise us of your movements, especially if you plan on leaving town.
This is Sergeant Buston. We're in pursuit of two trail bike riders. One heading south off the trail, the other bearing north towards the escarpment.
Car tracks all over the place. We must have just missed them. So they were interrupted or tipped off.
Wasn't there? I was trying to get out of your way.
Sirens, flashing lights. No, nothing.
Safety first, Constable. I had a helmet on. Couldn't hear you.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, tell us about the plantation site.
Like I said, the first time I saw it was with you guys.
Then how?
Oh, right. Well, if you say so, then we'll just let him go.
Can you file that statement away?
Sure. I'll put it in the fiction section. Don't tell me they're not replacing him.
No, they're not.
You're kidding, right? I mean, it's like they're trying to rub our faces in it.
I agree, but unfortunately he's here to stay. They're not sending a replacement. We're just going to have to put our personal feelings aside and try and make this work.
He killed Jack.
I haven't forgotten that, okay? Georgie, you're just going to have to suck it up like everyone else.
You make us sick. You know that? You're not fit to wear this uniform. Oh, yeah. Go on. Run away. The same way you did the night you killed Jack.
Okay, that's enough.
Don't tell me you're taking his side.
Of course I'm not, but getting into a slanging match isn't the way to handle this.
Jack was your partner.
Do you think I've forgotten? Haven't we been over this?
Then why is he still here?
Because we don't...
Do you have anything to add to your statement?
Nothing useful.
You still can't remember if you were traveling with someone else? A wife, friend?
I don't know. It's possible. Actually, anything's possible because I just can't remember. I'm sorry.
All right. Be in touch.
Intended to kill Stuart Henderson.
Yes. Phone records proved she initiated their meeting that day.
Can you tell the court how long the accused waited after Stuart's death before she confessed to the crime?
It was weeks later. She didn't confess until after we discovered the victim's bloodied shirt on a family's property.
And why was that?
She knew we were closing in on her.
Oh, objection. The witness can't possibly know what was going on in the defendant's head.
I think that's right, Mr. Crown. I have nothing further, Your Honour. Any cross-examination?
Thank you, Your Honour. It's a big responsibility, isn't it? Heading up a murder investigation,
Yes, it is.
especially as this is your first.
I don't see how that's relevant.
Oh, I think it's very important that the court understand just how inexperienced you are, Sergeant Watson.
Why don't we just stick to the facts of the case, please, Miss Bellingham?
Your Honour. Now, you allege that my client's actions in cleaning the car with the T-shirt and then hiding it afterwards were the actions of a cold-blooded killer. Couldn't they also be the actions of a young girl who panicked in the face of accidental death?
Objection. The witness is not an expert on teenage psychology. I'll allow it. Please answer the question, Sergeant.
It's possible she panicked. Yes. But it doesn't change the fact that she spent weeks claiming that she had no knowledge of Stuart's whereabouts. And the whole time he was lying out there.
We should probably keep going.
Sergeant, yesterday you testified that you believe that my client had premeditated the murder of Stuart Henderson. Do you still abide by that?
Yes.
Do you happen to know a Senior Sergeant Rafferty?
Yes, he's one of the trainers at the police academy.
And when was the last time you contacted him?
I haven't seen Rafferty for a couple of years now. Why?
No, I didn't ask when was the last time you'd seen him. I asked when was the last time you contacted him. Well, let me remind you. Do you recall a telephone conversation you had with him some months ago regarding recruit Xavier Austin's unauthorized leave from the police academy?
Yes.
And during that conversation, do you recall that you said you thought that Stuart Henderson's death might have been an accident?
I don't think we discussed the case in any detail.
I have here a statutory declaration by Senior Sergeant Rafferty outlining the details of that conversation. It seems he has a much better memory than you do, Sergeant. May I please give this to the witness, Your Honour?
Yes.
Thank you. According to it, you were very clear in the belief that Sasha had acted in self-defence.
Yes, that's true. When I spoke with Rafferty, I thought that Stu's death might have been an accident.
Then why was my client charged with murder? Sergeant Watson?
I was instructed to. By the DPP.
You upgraded the charge to murder because your boss told you to?
Objection.
Are you going to send a 15-year-old to jail because someone in the DPP was looking for a promotion?
Miss Bellingham, I would be very, very careful about making accusations like that if I were you.
I have no further questions, Your Honour.
He abandoned you?
What do you want?
I'm not here cause trouble. I just want to help if I can.
Why?
Because you're a good kid. And I don't want you ending up with a record. Your brother's home?
No, it's just me.
Sorry. If I knew you were alone, I wouldn't have come. But since I'm here... One of the hardest parts of my job is watching kids like you screw up their lives.
For the 100th time, I didn't do it.
I believe you didn't want to. A lot of crazy stuff has been happening, and everyone has a breaking point. No one was hurt in the fire. That will go in your favor. And if you choose to cooperate, there's a good chance you'll get a Section 10 dismissal, which means no conviction will be recorded. Casey, I'm trying to help you.
It wasn't me.
Then you must know something about what happened, don't you? Things will be a lot easier if you just come forward.
The hell do you think you're doing?
Relax. Casey and I were just talking.
There was no adult present, so whatever he said you can't use. You should leave.
Your brother's right. I shouldn't be here. But if you want to talk some more, call me.
Listen, thanks for letting her in, Sam.
Yeah. I hope it helps. Brax, you need to convince Casey to take the lawyer that you offered him. Legal Aid doesn't have the resources to defend him.
Yeah, I know. Working on it. Well, what are you so worried about? As soon as Casey starts to talk, it's going to back up the witness statement, right? You're not telling me the manager's changed his story?
I'm sorry, but I can't discuss the details of your brother's case. Now, if you'll excuse me, I don't want to be late for my gym class. Look, I shouldn't be telling you all this.
Yeah, I know.
Legal Aid will do their assessment based on the police brief. They'll want to cut a deal, and it won't be in Casey's favour.
Well, what's in the brief?
Witness statements from the motel they stayed at the night before the robbery.
What about him?
No one recalls seeing your father. Casey checked in on his own and paid for everything in cash.
Yeah, well, so what? Dad was keeping a low profile.
Or he wasn't there at all.
So what, you're saying that Casey made all this up?
I'm just telling you what's in the brief.
Yeah, and how do they explain what Dad was doing at the hold-up?
Their theory is he was trying to stop Casey from going ahead with the robbery.
Well, that's a joke.
You were there to stop the robbery, Brax. It's not a stretch to say that your father was there for the same reasons.
Yeah, and what about the old man holding a gun to the manager's head? That doesn't change anything for him?
That is one statement from a witness that hasn't been consistent. And without security footage or any other evidence to back it up, there's something else. Your father had 10 grand on him, which didn't belong to the hotel, and a one-way plane ticket.
Sir, there is no way he can stay here. It's already causing tension. Then reconsider, please, if ever there are extenuating circumstances. Yes, I understand. But I want my objections put on the record.
Don't tell me they're not replacing him.
No, they're not.
You're kidding, right? I mean, it's like they're trying to rub our faces in it.
I agree, but unfortunately he's here to stay. They're not sending a replacement. We're just going to have to put our personal feelings aside and try and make this work.
He killed Jack.
I haven't forgotten that, okay? Georgie, you're just going to have to suck it up like everyone else. Apparently you're here to stay.
Like I keep telling you, I have no say in this.
I assure you we're all going to do our best to make this work. The sooner the investigation's over.
The sooner you'll be rid of me. Believe me, I understand that. So let's go through what we've got so far. This is the title chart for the week leading up to before the hand was discovered.
You know what? Just send me an email.
I thought you could use this.
Okay, so how long before we can get those results back? I'll hold.
You make us sick, you know that? You're not fit to wear this uniform. Oh, yeah. Go on. Run away. The same way you did the night you killed Jack.
Okay, that's enough.
Don't tell me you're taking his side.
Of course I'm not, but getting into a slanging match isn't the way to handle this.
Jack was your partner.
Do you think I've forgotten? Haven't we been over this?
Then why is he still here?
Because we don't have a choice. All right, everyone, listen up. This officer is with us until this investigation's over. That is the order from command and is the order that's going to be obeyed. So you leave your personal feelings at that door. And just so you all have it very clear in your heads, that is not a suggestion, it's an order from me. Now get back to work.
Hey, what's going on? We've had a report of a domestic. I've sent out a car to investigate. And Madge Wilkins has complained again about some kids playing up at the shopping centre.
Wait, did Angelo Rosetta call for me?
No. Why? What's up?
Call the drug squad, get every available officer on standby. He's giving us a tip-off. Look, I've got to go. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, right.
All right, everyone, we're moving now. Now remove the helmet. I said take it off.
All right, settle down.
Still fresh. And their tyre tracks all over the place. I must have just missed them.
So they were interrupted.
Or tipped off.
This would be a really good time for you to start making things easier on yourself. So do you want to tell us where the rest of the crop is?
Don't know what you mean.
So I'm thinking it'd be stored and dried somewhere not too far from here. No one likes driving around with a whole stack of dope plants in the back of their truck, do they?
There's dope here. Geez, if I'd have known that, it would have turned up earlier. I might have scored some.
The drug squad's going to be all over this, Heath. And I know for a fact they don't take too kindly to smart Alex, so I would lose that attitude.
Look, whatever, Buckton, I told you, it's got nothing to do with me.
Constable? Heath Braxton, you're under arrest for the cultivation of a prohibited plant for commercial purposes. You don't have to say or do anything if you don't want to, but anything you do say or do will be recorded and may be used as evidence. I'm guessing you already knew that, didn't you?
Yep.
Take him to the station. I'll be there soon.
It's a shame you didn't check your messages a few minutes earlier. Could have made all the difference.
I didn't know Angelo'd be calling.
I wasn't criticising. It's a shame, that's all. Charlie, this is still a massive coup. I think we finally got them today.
Them?
You think Heath could organise something like this all on his own? Dale Braxton has to be involved. This could bring the Rebel Boys down once and for all.
So, you expect me to believe that you were out there riding the bike all by yourself?
Yep.
Then who was the other guy?
Dunno, some bloke.
Some bloke. Some bloke you just happened to bump into in the middle of all that national park.
Yeah, we raced along the track for a bit. So what?
So why did you make a run for it when you saw the cops?
I wasn't. The track was narrow. I was trying to get out of your way.
Sirens, flashing lights. No, nothing?
Safety first, Constable. I had a helmet on. Couldn't hear you.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, tell us about the plantation site.
Like I said, the first time I saw it was with you guys.
Then how do you explain all the trail bike tracks all over it? Tracks I'm willing to bet are an exact match to yours.
They could have been the other guys.
Or it could mean that you're both involved.
Look, heaps of people ride through that area every day. It means nothing.
Here's the thing. You were apprehended fleeing the police just a stone's throw away from where a major marijuana plantation had just been harvested. Now it's obvious to anyone there's a connection.
And you and I both know you can't prove a thing. So we're done here or what?
Not by a long shot. Take him into the holding cell, get his clothes off him for testing.
Yippee. Wasting your time.
Am I? We'll see.
So, like his brother. Now what?
He's right. If we're going to make anything stick, then we need to find Angelo as soon as possible. Nicole, hi. Would you mind if we come in for a moment?
Yeah, come in. Thanks.
We were just wondering if Angelo was home.
No, I've been trying to get in contact with him.
When did you last see him?
Just before lunch, he said he had to go and do something.
Did he say what that was or where he was going?
No, just that it was important.
Did he say when he'd be back?
What is going on? Is he in trouble?
He left a message on my phone this afternoon saying that he'd found a marijuana plantation in the middle of the national park. Now, we haven't heard from him since.
He's never mentioned anything like that to me.
Did he mention anything else that you can remember that might be able to help us?
He's been having a little bit of trouble with Brax.
What sort of trouble?
I don't know, taking over control of the restaurant. He's never mentioned anything about dope.
Are his other flatmates around? They might know more about it.
No one's home. I mean, you could try and call them, but I know that neither of them have heard from Angelo.
Do you want to check out his room? See if you can find anything? It's the last one on the end.
Officers, what can I do for you?
You seen Heath today?
Yeah, he was in this morning. Why's that?
So you don't know what he's been doing?
No, I wouldn't have a clue. Oh, what's going on? Is he all right?
He's in custody. We arrested him a short while ago.
Well, what's the charge?
Suspicion of cultivating a prohibited crop.
What, you serious?
We had a tip-off this morning about a marijuana plantation in the middle of the national park. When we got there, Heath was caught fleeing the area on a motorbike.
Yeah, well, Heath's always riding his bike around up there. That doesn't mean anything.
And you expect us to believe that?
You can believe what you want, but you said a dope crop, right? That sounds like a lot of hard work, and I can assure you that hard work and Heath rarely go together. Yeah, smoking maybe, but growing, no chance.
Oh, right. Well, if you say so, then we'll just let him go.
Oh, I don't know what choice you've got, because you've got nothing to connect him to the dope, right?
And what about you? Can you account for your whereabouts this afternoon?
Yeah, I had to head out to Yabby Creek to pick up some supplies, but otherwise I've been here all day.
We'll need to name that supplier and your staff. But I'm guessing they'll back up your story.
Yeah.
Has Angelo been in at all?
No, why? What, has he got something to do with this too?
I don't know, but you might. You're the only common link between him and Heath.
Oh, look, I'm sorry, I honestly don't have a clue. So, if you don't have any more questions...
Actually, we'll need you to come down to the station and make a statement.
Yeah, what if I don't want to?
Well, then we'll assume you've got something to hide.
All right, you're the boss. Boss.
Can you file that statement away?
Sure. I'll put it in the fiction section.
I just saw Ruby. She said you've been harassing her.
You know as well as I do, I'm just doing my job.
Ruby can't tell you anything. The bottle didn't even come from the same direction as the car she was travelling.
And given that you failed to mention she was even there?
Hey, I am not trying to cover something up.
Then why are you so determined to kill the investigation?
Because in the scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Okay, it happened. We don't even know if I was the intended target.
I meant what I said to John. People can't assault a police officer and get away with it. It increases the risks for all of us. What's more, I've spoken to Head Office in Avery.
You went over my head.
I'm sorry, but this is something I felt very strongly about, even if you didn't. So, for whatever reason you don't want to be involved, that's fine. But I have to continue with the investigation.
Can you file that statement away?
Sure. I'll put it in the fiction section.
We're being watched, recorded.
I can see us.
Listen, thanks for letting her in the same.
Yeah. I hope it helps. Brax, you need to convince Casey to take the lawyer that you offered him. Legal aid doesn't have the resources to defend him.
Yeah, I know. Working on it. Well, what are you so worried about? As soon as Casey starts to talk, he's going to back up the witness statement. Right? You're not telling me the manager's changed his story?
I'm sorry, but I can't discuss the details of your brother's case. Now, if you'll excuse me, I don't want to be late for my gym class. Look, I shouldn't be telling you all this.
I know.
Legal aid will do their assessment based on the police brief. They'll want to cut a deal, and it won't be in Casey's favour.
Well, what's in the brief?
Witness statements from the motel they stayed at the night before the robbery.
What about him?
No one recalls seeing your father. Casey checked in on his own and paid for everything in cash.
Yeah, well, so what? Dad was keeping a low profile.
Or he wasn't there at all.
So what, you're saying that Casey made all this up?
I'm just telling you what's in the brief.
Yeah, and how do they explain what Dad was doing at the hold-up?
Their theory is he was trying to stop Casey from going ahead with the robbery.
Well, that's a joke.
You were there to stop the robbery, Brax. It's not a stretch to say that your father was there for the same reasons.
Yeah, and what about the old man holding a gun to the manager's head? That doesn't change anything for him?
That is one statement from a witness that hasn't been consistent. And without security footage or any other evidence to back it up, there's something else. Your father had 10 grand on him, which didn't belong to the hotel, and a one-way plane ticket. I found this on security footage from an ATM a block from Jake's headquarters.
And there he is. 1:15 p.m. on the afternoon of Tegan's funeral.
Doesn't look much like a kid who's supposed to be tucked up in bed.
And I wonder what is in that plastic bag. Have we got him coming back from Jake's?
1:40 p.m., 5 minutes before we got the 000 call reporting the fire.
And no plastic bag.
What do you think?
Casey had motive, opportunity and knowledge. I'd say we've got enough to apply for an arrest warrant.
Hey, Colleen, didn't expect you to be here. After, being broken-hearted and all.
Well, I was thinking about staying home, but Sergeant Buckton is more ex stepdaughter, which makes her my niece in a way, and I've never let family down.
Almost out on a party, if you could help it.
Where's Leah?
At the moment, being manhandled at the bar.
Hey, you want a drink, sweetheart?
I'm fine, thanks.
Yeah, you are looking good.
Hey!
Leah, what's that about?
Oh, he just wanted to buy me a drink. I said no.
You should do something, Miles.
No, you shouldn't. Do you want me to arrest him?
I know, that's fine.
Cool. I was joking.
Oh!
Ciao. So what's up?
Oh, this is the first time a guy's hit on you since twice.
Oh, everyone, she's coming. Hide.
Where? Hide where?
That's a good point. Look casual, like you're not meant to be here. Just chill. Everyone, calm down. All right. Oh! Surprise! Happy birthday! Thank you. Hey, you look gorgeous. Happy birthday.
Ladies?
Pleasure.
Sorry I'm late. Got held up at the shelter. Not literally.
You do a fine job there, Reverend Johnson. If it wasn't for Keith, you know I'd still be right there with you.
So where's the birthday girl?
There.
Thank you.
Hey, is the... Another one.
tongue touches the bottom, you got to kiss the guy next to you.
That chance of that. Okay.
Speech.
Speech time.
Yes. Just before I cut the cake, there's something I wanted to say.
Charlie, before you do, there's actually something I would like to say.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm sure you're all aware that this is Charlie's first birthday without her father. And just as I feel he's with me every day, I know he's here tonight. When I heard about Charlie sitting for her detective's exam...
All right, Charlie! Yeah!
I know that the proudest father in the world just got prouder. So, may nothing stop his daughter from having a very long and successful career. It's Charlie.
Charlie. So what do you want to tell us? I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for coming. I've had the best night ever, and I've got the best friends in the world.
You'll see Mrs. Milton home.
Is that the witness I'm hearing about?
Our neighbour, Casey Braxton's. Either way, welcome back. We missed you around the place.
So about the neighbour?
Mrs. Milton. On the afternoon of Tegan Callahan's funeral, she saw Casey leaving the house on foot at 1 p.m.
So what, we're talking about 40 minutes before the fire?
Casey came home just after 2 p.m. Mrs. Milton was clear on that.
We've got a signed witness statement?
Not yet. She wants us to know what she saw, but she's too scared to testify against the Braxtons.
Has she been threatened?
Not directly. But the brothers are pretty scary. Unless you're their friend.
I'm only going to say this once. Whatever was between Daryl Braxton and I is long over. It's not going to get in the way of my work. It never has and it never will. So are we clear on that?
Yes.
There are only 2 direct routes between Casey's house and Jake's headquarters, and we need to review any security footage we've got and either place him at the scene or get us a witness who can't be intimidated.
Charlie, I don't blame you. He's hot. Could have happened to anyone.
Wherever Tim Coleman's gone, why isn't he using his ATM cards or his mobile phone?
Well, yeah, it's because he doesn't want to be found. Look, he's probably got himself a whole stack of cash and a prepaid phone. But none of this is your problem. Not for the rest of the night, at least.
No, I'm waiting for Tim's latest phone records.
So they'll be waiting for you in the morning.
I want to look at them tonight. We need to know who he was talking to before he disappeared. It's not like we've got any other leads.
Well?
Yeah, we could be onto something. I'm just going to take these and look into them a bit closer.
And in the meantime, do you want to clue me in on what you're thinking?
No, not really. I just need to check them out first. Tomorrow, I promise.
You know I hate it when people do that.
Look, I'm sorry, but it's not worth talking about until I know for sure.
Hey, I'm sorry. Are you on your way home?
No, I've actually got a few things I need to do.
You don't have 5 minutes to talk to me, do you?
I really don't, Rach, but Constable Watson can help you.
Is there something I can help you with?
No, I think I'll wait to talk to Jack. It's sort of complicated.
That's the thing about lawyers. They don't always jump when you snap your fingers. Especially after hours.
Well, this one does.
Still, it doesn't look like anyone's coming to your rescue tonight. So just relax. We've got a spare room in the lockup.
You're loving this, aren't you?
Just doing my job. Can you take him through?
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how was it? You know.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
Mind you, I can think of worse guys to be assaulted by.
We have a real chance of getting something more serious on Brax here.
What? Assault with a deadly weapon? The stolen liquor. We still don't have any proof it even is stolen. We followed up every lead and came up with nothing, remember?
Now that Brax is in custody, people might feel freer to talk. Okay? Someone has to know something.
Okay. But I don't like your chances.